Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, pre-market report. As usual, lots of stuff going on. We have a lot to talk about here. Let's start off with this. So, expanding war. How many of you are surprised about this? Middle East, Russia, Ukraine, it's not going to stop. This mechanism is going to continue to expand and unfortunately engulf many more people, more nations, of course. This is, in my view, and I've been telling you this since I don't know how long now, we're already in World War III. And the war specifically is against not just these nations who are in some type of a kinetic action. It's against all of us. Every one of us right now is being attacked deliberately by the system itself. As I said yesterday, and I think it was a good choice of words, it's a disenfranchisement of an entire class of people around the world. And it's time they start to wake up and step up to what's happening to them, but they won't, unfortunately. You will, by being a part of this blog, and hopefully by getting this information out there. It's an extermination, people, and period, the end. And we haven't seen anything yet. Now, with regard to war, expanding war, whatever they're going to throw at us moving forward to continue the mechanism to pull cash from the future into the now, to continue to allow the central banks to inflate, devalue their currencies, continue pressure on the people of the world, middle class more specifically. Look, the people at the lower rung, they're already done, okay? It's the middle class who always suffers. The 1% and 2%ers, they're loving this environment. You know that. The more cash they create out of nothing to pump into the system, well, the better off the 1% and 2%ers are. And that mechanism is called the Cantillon effect. Just look it up. I've spoken about it. I've done videos about it. I've written papers about it. It's time to wake up to the situation here. But the mechanism moving forward is going to get vastly worse. And again, if you've been with me for any length of time, I've been pointing towards 2025 for quite a while. 2025, after the presidential selection, I really feel is going to be a game changer. With regard to debt expansion, currency devaluation, debt expansion, currency devaluation, we're going to see the floodgates open up. No matter who is selected, understand, the mechanism is going to continue and get worse. I don't care who they put behind there. Doesn't matter. That's how it's going to play out. And this is a worldwide phenomenon. Again, just climb out of the box that they've put you in, people. What we're seeing here is worldwide. It's global. You understand? So you can just count on that. And what that means is, again, more pressure on the people. And you can see the setup here. Again, as you and I are well aware of, they need a scapegoat. They need a scapegoat. What's eventually, look, we're already in a full-blown liquidity crisis. You all know that. How do we know we are? Look at the action of central banks right now. What are they doing? As the global economy is contracting, they're ballooning the global money supply. And it can't stop. If it did stop, let's just put this out there real quick. If all of a sudden this mechanism were to come to a rapid end, we would end up in a Mad Max scenario. A new system would develop out of it. And that's exactly what they're doing, what they're going to push us into, their system. They have a solution. You know they're going to have a solution. They already have it. They're bringing the world to its knees. Its people to its knees, more specifically the middle class. The people on the lower rung, they're done already. You know that. But that's where we're going. People, we are going to see, we're going to see bank runs. We're going to see bank closures, a cascade of them. Okay, smaller institutions go down. You all know that. It's being hidden from the public right now. The issues that you and I discussed, and I mean what I'm about to say before anybody, before any mainstream media outlets started to talk about it, before anybody on YouTube or anywhere else started to talk about it, I outlined for you the banking system. First of all, it operates in a perpetual vacuum. The system is insolvent. These institutions are insolvent. A zero reserve system. You understand? No more fractional reserve. No deposits, no loans, no deals. This triad here, again, is an issue that has caused such an issue here that we haven't even seen it start to rear its ugly head. And this is also obviously an issue with the major institutions, but they have a direct line to Federal Reserve. What's being set up? A wave of bank failures. And a consolidation of power. Sound familiar to you? We've been talking about it. That's the build-up to the new system. They have to consolidate power into fewer and fewer and fewer hands. Now, I can't imagine this is going to play out another way, and that's because that's exactly what's going on. But the mechanism here of pumping the system until its inevitable end, again, they need to do this. They need an event to occur that they can point at. This is why the system is collapsing. This is why the system is locking up. We're already in a liquidity crisis. The issue is going to be a locking up of the system. You all know that. We've covered it repeatedly over and over and over and over again. That was the real issue in 2008. Everyone thinks it was the stock market crash. That's what you were told. It had nothing to do with that. The stock market was crashing because we were entering a liquidity crisis. Well, at the end of it here, the system literally started to lock up. Henceforth, why? Ben Bernanke made his march before our loving, caring representatives, and over the weekend said, if we don't pump billions into the system right now, by Monday we won't have an economy. We don't have an economy now. We don't even have a market. We have nothing. We have an illusion that's been propagated by oceans and oceans and oceans of dead people. It should be no secret to you. Should be glaring in your freaking face. Why? The last three presidents, Obama, Trump, and Biden, have done nothing but make the Fed even stronger than they've ever been by allowing them to inflate. And the illusion that this is some kind of prosperity, and we're being told by Biden, oh, we're the envy of the world, it's just oceans of debt. It's not real. Nothing is real right now. And we're marching right into a full-blown, we're already in, full-blown, full-on liquidity freaking crisis. But a locking up of the system is going to cause bank runs. Bank runs. So people, look, just think about, if you've been with me for any length of time, if you've been part of this pride for any length of time, does any of this sound really new to you or surprising to you? We have been so on target with this. It's frankly almost scary. Okay, we don't have a crystal ball, but we understand, again, who our enemies are, who the players are, what they're looking to do, and all you got to do is open your eyes, man. So as part of this, we're going to see bank runs. There's absolutely no doubt about it, and there's no cash there. You understand? There's no cash there. You do need to have some cash on hand. I've told you this a million times already. I'll tell you 1,000,001 here. You got to have exposure outside their system to things. Understand that means holding hard assets, gold and silver, way more than that. Be ready and on every level, mentally, physically, spiritually. You all know that. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop because that's where they're leading us up to here. Now, the market. Let's talk about the market. I want to outline something for you real quick. I should have said yesterday. We're in now September, first trading week of the month. Early on in September, if the market tells us anything, we're going to see some pressure on the markets. For my lions out here, fight the urge to buy the dip. I'm going to say it again. Fight the urge to buy any dip that comes along here. I'm waiting. Look, you guys and girls are smart enough to know what you should do on your own. All right, but I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. If you guys and girls want to follow along with me, that's fine. I am holding fire. I am holding fire until the announcement is made of what the Fed's going to do. They're already in here buying all the debt. The rates are dropping across the board, but they're not cutting rates. How does that work? Make it up, man. The Fed's, of course, in here. They're buying all the debt. That's suppressing bond yields. That's, of course, having an effect on rates. That's how it works. They're already in this quantitative easing mode. You're not allowed to know that. But hold your fire, my lions. That's my suggestion here. I will tell you right here, and I will make an announcement in my newsletter, link in the description of the video, as to what I am doing. You guys and girls want to follow along? That's fine. I hope so. So with regard to seasonal market seasonality, we should expect some pressure here. Nothing major, especially in light of what's going on here with the market is anticipating more easy money. Nothing matters anymore. It's all about easy money. Also about mechanisms. Mechanisms to pull more cash into the now. That means war. You already know this, but I'm going to say it again. No other endeavor on the earth, off the earth, or anywhere else generates a greater need for borrowed dollars. And who creates all the cash out of nothing? Central banks. Then war. Expanding war. Convid did the same thing. $3.6 trillion here in the United States alone pulled into the system because of Convid. It really worked. So expect something like that again, but I think it's going to be, again, marks on the body, something disfiguring, because they want whatever is in that warp speed bioweapon vax in you. Ain't getting in me, no matter what. I'd rather die first, okay? Period, the end. I think most of you are on the same page as me. But anyway, that's kind of where we stand. Now, with regard, let's bring this together a little bit more real quick here. With regard to seasonal market action here, this is what we're going to watch. Period. Okay? Market weaves around, markets go up and down. Again, as I said, expect early in this month, starting today, some pressure here on this market. Nothing crazy, but don't let anything rattle you. We don't rattle you and I. We have this tool, the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, again, free to everybody on this planet. Link in the description of this video. As long as this downtrend is maintained, we're fine. We're fine. All this tells us is the Fed's in here buying more debt. The Fed's in here weakening the currency. And this, again, means that we're going to get another opportunity to buy the freak show market that has no bearing on reality. Okay, we're taking advantage of a game, of a scheme, of a scam. You understand? That's what we're doing here. You can sit back and do nothing. That's your choice. Or you can choose to do something about it. If you're one of my lions in the market, and you don't have to be a lion to be in the market. To be a lion, you have to have an understanding of what's going on here. You also have to you must be betting against the system. Hoarding gold, more specifically silver, gaining exposure to commodities here. Sound about right to you? Other assets too, collectible things. Look at me. I told you, Greg Mannarino is an open book. I own musical instruments, artworks, real estate too. Probably not a great investment right now, but that's okay. We'll see. This whole bubble of everything, the everything bubble that we're in is going to eventually burst. But I would rather own something than pay someone else's future. You understand what I'm saying here? Classic cards. Greg is spread out. Cryptocurrency is also pretty huge. I think we need exposure there too as well. Let us move forward. So let me just go over this real quick. This is this morning here. You got stock futures lower just a little bit. You got some commodities that are under pressure. Cryptocurrency is relatively flat. All right. Now, a couple of headlines I want you to pay attention to. Is the Fed sleepwalking into a policy mistake? Well, this analyst believes so. There's no such thing. The Federal Reserve is methodical. They know exactly what they're doing. They've been telling us everything is appropriate, everything is fine. The fake data, which is absolutely insane. But anyway, look, this is going to lead to a catastrophe on an epic scale here. What the Fed is doing is about to do is the polar opposite of what we need. Okay, and we're getting sold the same scam by Trump and Kamala here. We need lower rates. We're promising you lower rates, a weaker dollar. All this is going to do is make the Fed much stronger. Okay, this is emergency monetary policy. It's called quantitative easing. The Fed's already at it. Central banks around the world are doing it. It's going to be instituted to a much larger degree moving forward. I'm trying to read what I wrote here. Sometimes I can't even read my own freaking handwriting. What did I write here? Oh, bank runs, just a matter of time. You know how I work. I just write these little notes to myself. This was yesterday. And here's another one. A dollar on the defensive brings relief to policymakers globally. Well, let's cover this here. London, Reuters. This was yesterday. The dollar fell more than 2% against other major currencies in August. You think that's a trend that's going to continue? Sure it is. But all the currencies are falling. What are central banks doing? They're going to race to the bottom to destroy their own currencies and to bring you down with it. And they're betting against their own system, people, by hoarding gold. What they're doing now has not been seen before. Central banks around the world hoarding gold. Major hedge funds, the richest people in the world, investment banks, they're all buying it. They know something they don't want you to know. Period. All right, but you are not too smart for that. The dollar fell more than 2% against other major currencies in August, making its biggest monthly drop this year. The dollar's downtrend is driven by expectations that the U.S. Federal Reserve will cut rates as the economy weakens. You mean, wait a minute, the economy's weakening? I thought we were really strong. I thought we were the envy of the world. Isn't that what Mummy Man said? You know who Mummy Man is, right? Yeah, you know he is. Talking about the creature of vomitous mass, Biden. The dollar has been under pressure and will remain under pressure over the remainder of this year. Does this sound like Greg Mannarino? This is Reuters here, people. But they're so far behind the curve. We can laugh. You see, we're laughing at all this. When they're forced to put out information like that, you know how bad things actually are. Anyway, that's just the kind of a situation that we're in. But people, do you realize the strength that we have? Not just because we have each other. Well, that's a big part of it. We have each other's backs. This pride, a pride of lions, looks out for each other. Okay, and that's what we do. We're unwavering in that. I'm looking out for you, and I know that all of you are looking out for me. And I want to thank all of you for your support. This just leads me right up to that here, people. On the first of every month, thank you. For those of you that step up, all I ask for is $5. $5 a month from all of you to support my work here. I'm out here working my tail off, and we're bringing this together. And again, thank you to those who do support my work. If you have not yet, here's an opportunity for you. There are several links in the description of this video. Take advantage of that. I appreciate it. Anyway, people, that's where we are. That's where we stand. What are you going to take away from this video here? It's a matter of time. It is a matter of time before we see bank runs. But I'm going to give you a big clue here. For those of you that are going to do this, and there's going to be throngs of you that do it, there's no cash there. You need to have some cash on hand in your house. Okay, but even with that, let me say this. When the crisis hits us, the stores are going to be cleaned out so fast your heads are going to spin around like The Exorcist. They're pushing us into a resource problem. You do understand that, right? I told you this for over 10 years. Okay, they're pushing us into a crisis that is biblical. I don't know another way to put it here. There's going to be pandemonium in the streets, and the people are going to sit there and beg for help. And of course, they're going to have a solution. Problem, reaction, solution. They need an outcry so loud that people will accept anything. And this is all part of their grand plan, okay? And they need to create social unrest. It's already happening in other parts of the world. Now, with regard to that, we are going to have a peaceful march against the Federal Reserve on July 4th, 2025. People, please get this out there. I want thousands of people. I already have a lot of YouTubers on board with me. I'm waiting for response from others. George Gammon, I'm waiting for you, buddy. I wrote to you about this. You're like the only guy I haven't heard from yet. So, George, I love you, brother. I need you. I need you, and I need your followers. We got to get in on this together here. We're going to make history, people. And George, I want you to be a part of it as well. So please give me a ring when you can. I know you got my number. Let's talk. I want to join forces with everybody out here. We got to make a difference, and I want to make history. And again, it's not so much that I don't give a damn about some creature from the Fed coming out. It's on a holiday anyway. We want to raise awareness. We want the media there. We want social media there. We want an opportunity to tell the world what a criminal organization this is. They've been counterfeiting and running a Ponzi scheme, the Federal Reserve, okay, against all of us, and we're losing. People around the world this should be a worldwide event. Okay, this shouldn't just be here in the United States, because central banks around the world are doing the same thing to their people everywhere. This should be a worldwide event. If we can get enough people. I mean, look, the media is probably not going to cover this. There's going to be a lot of roadblocks here, okay? They don't want this. You think they want people like you and me to be raising awareness as to what's going on? what a criminal organization of the highest possible order central banks are, what they've been doing. They're in a race to the bottom, destroying their currency here. They've been forcing us to participate in the debt-based system. Show me someone here, anyone. There's a lot of lawyers who follow this blog. I know that for a fact. Law enforcement as well, who follows this blog. I hear from you all the time. Tell me where in the Constitution it says we have to have a debt-based system. How about it's nowhere? Nowhere. There's not a word, not a syllable mentioned a debt-based system. The founders of this nation wanted a wealth-based system, a commodity-backed system, gold-backed, okay, constitutional money system, which we are guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution, which is the law. We are the law, people. The U.S. Constitution gives you and me the power. You understand that? I hope you really do. All right, people, look, so with this video, I've been telling all the guys and girls forever, get your cash out of these institutions. You don't need it there. Keep only what you need to participate in their system that we're forced to participate in. All right? Other than the cash that you need to have in there, get it out. Get it out. Find a way to circumvent the system, period. The end. Don't put a single dime in their system here. Let's invest in ourselves. Does that sound about right to you? I hope so. People, look, I hope you got some out of this video. I really, really do. I'm going to ask you. If you did, I want to hear from you. Let me know where you stand on all of this. Do we stand in unity? I think we do. Okay. Are we on the same page? I think we do. You one of my lions or a brand new lion here? Welcome. Welcome to this pride here. You're now part of something bigger than yourself. I really believe that, people. And we are going to make a difference here. That's all I want to do is make a positive difference in this world. That's it. You too, right? I think we're on the same page. Love you, love from the heart, people. Please share the video. Get it out there. Those thumbs up, super valuable. Please give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of this, all right? Anyway, with that said, people, I will see all of you later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. We're freaking invincible, people, because we have each other. And we love each other, too. We love each other. Everyone here is your ally. You understand that? Everyone here. Those people that come in here, the bots, more than likely, just laugh at them. There are going to be detractors. Let them detract all they want, okay? We are on the right pathway, period. See you later.